Okay. Whew. Good morning, good morning. This is Tuesday Thoughts. I'm Lisa Meta of Metamorfize.com, and I'm a life strategist helping you navigate your mind so that you can release old thoughts that don't serve you, rewire your brain, and reset so you can align your thoughts to your goals. Because I really am all about helping you reach your potential. And if you can think it, you can achieve it. And today, what's up, everyone? If you're joining me, good morning, Brooke. Good morning. I'm listening to some Jamiroquai today. And, well, I was actually flipping around. And then this felt happy. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so I am talking about time bending today. It's a very interesting and somewhat abstract concept. So I'm going to tell you a little bit. Hey, Mindy. Yes, Mindy, this is inspired by you. Okay, so let's see. This topic, Mindy, put in time management. And I was thinking about how time management for me, I learned early on by Bob Proctor. He used to say, you know, you don't manage time, you manage your tasks inside of time. And if you go digging deep down into time bending, which is a thing, it's very scientific. So I'm going to try to bring it into like a Lisa style over here to make a little sense around it. So yes, time bending, besides it being a scientific concept, for me, it just comes down to something very simple, which is when you lose track of time and you are not racing or rushing. So one of the biggest ahas while I was in preparation for this talk today is, I wrote it down. Okay, so if you're rushing, then you are literally inside of a very, very subtle lack mentality of not enough. You're living with, there's not enough time. If you're just joining me, say what's up. Let's put like any icon that you feel that is representative of time for you, because it's interesting to see the icon look. All right. So if you're rushed, you're in a not enough vibe. It's super subtle though, and I never thought about it this way until I was like really researching, and there's that Big Leap book that he talks about Einstein time. Okay, and then if you're bored, you have too much time. So these are the two extremes, right? Rushing, boredom. And my mom always had this saying growing up, you ask a busy person to help you and they can always find time. But you ask a person who has like all the time in the world and you think, oh, let me ask this person so they can help me. And they can't find the time. And by the way, I like went crazy investigating, find time, spend time. Did I write them all out here? Milk the time, save time. Like all of the ways in our culture that we talk about time almost like a commodity, when the reality is time doesn't exist. Like it is, and I'm trying not to go into this big abstract world of time, but time is your relationship with moving through the present moment. And we feel time when we are, oh, Brooke, you got a sad face there for time. Yeah, it's like time plays these tricks on us because there are places in our life where, I'm going to turn this music off. I just realized it's distracting me. It's pulling me away from the present moment. So things like meditation, I'm going to have like a 3-step thing here. A meditation, visualization, and inspiration. Now, meditation can pull you into unconscious spaces of time. You can literally enter new time because you can use your mind, which doesn't know time, and you can take it somewhere. And that's actually a lot of what manifesting is about in my world, is when you can think it and see it in your mind, it's already proof that you can achieve it. You've already created it once. Then through some of the visualization stuff that I do, Brooke, we did this with like crossing over a bridge. And there was one that I do with my people who are in my group program where it's the actual pivot. Like we wake up every morning and we face the quote unquote past and we turn into the future. And this is another way of just like bringing yourself into different time. And then there's inspiration. Now, I'm an artist, so this one actually probably hits me the most when it comes to time. Sorry if it feels like I'm jumping around. I feel like this topic is so abstract for me even to like grasp how to share. So bear with me. I'm sure you've experienced what is called the flow state. And it's when you basically lose track of time in the sense that you're so present in what you're doing. You're so lost in the moment, whether it's doing artwork or riding horses or, you know, anything that is going to be, this is the key word here, in time bending, brings you joy. I mean, it's so simple, but following the things that bring you joy and make you feel inspired are going to make it feel like time is expanding, that time is bending, that you are not racing against it or rushing in it, because that's actually a mindset. Like I said, that's a lack mentality if you feel like you're rushing to get somewhere. And it leads to my kind of other big point. And for those of you who are in the 30 Days to Change program, you're going to hear this in a supportive way to what I've been talking about in that program, which is setting yourself up for success also means learning how to choose things to accomplish in your day that are realistic. So if you're rushing to constantly either get somewhere or get things done, you might be taking on too many tasks. So like I said in the beginning, we don't manage time. We manage ourselves inside of what we call 24-hour days. That exists, and it actually is a constant and doesn't change. So if you're feeling like some of these, that icon there never feels like there's enough time in a day, I always wish I could split myself into 2 to 3 parts. I'm an artist too. I'm so random in how I move throughout my day. Structure and schedules are not my friend. Well, Brooke, I would question that statement because I think maybe you might be adopting the idea of structure and schedule that may be either someone else's idea of structure and schedule. And maybe the question is, what does structure and schedule look like for you? Because I will say that discipline is freedom. And I pushed against that concept for more years than I'd like to admit, because that was a big thing about getting out of my own way. Structure can help you. And when I say structure, I am saying we will find the structure for you inside of your day that works for you, not my structure. I woke up, I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. And I said that so many times growing up that I started to believe I wasn't a morning person, but what the heck is a morning person? Like, everyone gets up. It was an attitude. It was how I was choosing to approach the day. It was how I was choosing to have a relationship with mornings. Now, I love mornings, actually. It's my favorite part of the day, but I wasn't living inside the morning schedule the way I needed to. I was trying to be someone else. Like, oh, I need to get up at 5 o'clock and then work out, and then I have to get to my desk by 9 o'clock. And the truth is, I just took years to figure out what works for me. And actually, I did have another thing I was going to say about time, which has to do with mornings, is that I'm proud to say that I am finishing week 12 of a HIIT training circuit. I did not miss a day. And I have changed my relationship with time because it's 30 minutes and I do it every morning. And some mornings I'm like, oh my God, is this thing going to end? And it's usually when I'm like tight with time. And then some morning I'm like, oh my God, it's already over. And I was thinking for today, I'm like, why does that happen? What is that, you know? And it's just our relationship with time. And so I think in the thing that I put here around time bending, what did I say? It says, what happens when time is not something that you're racing against, but something that you're flowing inside of? So how can you bring flow? First thing I would ask is like, are you enjoying, hey Gisela, Instagram styles, are you enjoying what you're doing? Because that's a great meter. And like, okay, great, I get it. We don't always have to love what we're doing, and we can't always love it. But there's some things that we can maybe adjust. And if you are feeling like you just want to get to sleep every day, that's not actually a way to live. So that is a moment to stop and investigate. Are the things that I'm doing in my life bring me joy? Or can I add some more things into my life that bring me joy? So my relationship with time, it's like a respect thing. I'm never late, not only for my own respect for time, but other people's time. I find time is my most precious thing, commodity. I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like where I spend my time, if we're going to go with these words, and where I'm spending it, it really matters, especially as I'm getting older, which older is this measurement of time that we have actually, right? The way that we're aging is showing us time literally on a physical form. And yeah, I mean, I'm feeling my own relationship with aging. So I guess it's kind of like we can't talk about time without talking about aging, because in the micro and the macro, we're really like, time is bringing us somewhere. It's going to a stopping point of some sort called death, where we take our last breath. We're not going to get into what happens after that, because I don't know. But every day is like a wake up, like a cycle. And so how can we, if we're going to time bend and bring as much joy into our life as possible, so that the days and the minutes feel elongated, it's really going to come back to honoring what brings you joy, honoring and taking the risks to go there and to get there. And as far as, so all of you that wanted for me to talk about time management, my whole point on that is going to be about, look at your day. Are you setting it up for success? Are you creating a day that is feasible? And I know that there's going to be things like, I have kids and it just, all this has to get done. Okay, so how can we implement systems inside to make things easier? Where can we get help? How can we adjust mindset? Where can you take 5 minutes to yourself to regroup? Like, I get it. Our mind is going to create a lot of barriers and boundaries and things that make us think that it can't be any different, but it can. And I would love to support anyone that wants to talk that out. Brooke, let's talk. You age like a fine wine. Thank you, Christopher. All right, so I'm going to pick a card on time bending. If you have any questions, if I haven't addressed anything that you were wondering, let me know. I got super sciencey this morning, getting into like gravity, space and time, continuums, the bending, the literal bending of time, and how they were using, it was gravity. I was like, whoa, I just wanted to talk about time management, but it was cool to learn about that. So thank you for pushing me in this direction. Like, I had here the word about responsibility, like really taking responsibility for our time. I mentioned the setting yourself up for success thing. Oh, I love this. I wrote a little poem. I'm gonna post it up another day. Hey, everyone who's here, say hi to me if you're here. So I wrote, okay, I have to probably say this twice. So we fear the spaces in between the doing. We only know ourselves inside of what should I be doing next, not how I should be being. You know what? I'm going to post that up here. It's kind of like this idea that we're keeping ourselves so busy sometimes, running around, like you're saying, you don't have enough time, like this kind of like almost a little addiction, because we fear the moment in between the two things that we're doing, because we have to be with ourselves maybe, or we have to feel. We pick up things. We pick up substances and tasks and to-dos and busyness to fill spaces and time to prevent ourselves from feeling sometimes. Nothing wrong with it. Recognizing it, though, and then, deciding how you want to be, and it's maybe less about spending time and all of that versus being inside of time. So we fear the spaces in between the doing. We only know ourselves inside of what we should be doing next. So we're like doing something already, asking ourselves what we should be doing next, not how we should be being. Okay, so work inside of time effectively. I was going to call this talk time effectiveness, because I'm all about, here's an example. When I'm rushing around, because it happens, sometimes I am needing to get somewhere quickly. Let's put it that way. So when I do that, I have this thing where I'm like, all right, Lisa, move with intention. So when I grab something, I'm like almost like this robot, like what is going to be the most effective and efficient method and movements, no wasting of movements. So that's my way of rushing, but it's just consciously saying move with intention. Don't waste movements that don't need to be had right now. So I'm thinking and I'm acting with intention so that I can maybe get the heck out of the house quicker. All right, so that's why the affirmation is I flow with ease through my day. Maybe another one you want to have is, I plan my day consciously. Like really looking at, I create space in my day to flow. Yeah. So be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid of only standing still. Keep moving. Movement will always bring you to the next moment anyway. Okay. We're going to pick a card today. I'm just going to say this last thing while I'm shuffling, is that meditation is a great way to just slow down if you're moving too fast. 1 minute, breath work, bring you back to the moment. You could be doing it in the car. You can be doing it on the way to soccer practice. You can just do it while you're even on a conference call. Find moments to breathe. They're going to help you stretch time. They'll help you find the moment of time for yourself. Breath is a great way. Let's take a breath right now. Okay, I'm picking a card for breath work. For time bending. I'm wishing you all to set yourself up for success in your life through really, really embracing your capabilities. All right, here we go. And I'm going towards the top. Ooh, dang. Source. Fire! Source energy. It's red. Means it's action. Source lives inside of us, fueling the entire engine. Oh, I just caught a glimpse of my artwork over there. Circular, central, radiating. When it comes to time, and then circular, it's kind of like a clock, actually. Time bending. This has, I think, a lot to do with that inspiration space. If you can connect to your source energy, you'll always actually be in a time bending space because you will feel ultimate oneness with yourself, alignment with yourself. Oh, speaking of alignment, I'm going to tell you about a chakra thing. Okay, wait. So source is red, and it's a major arcana. I'm going to see if there's anything that I want to mention here to you. Whew. So tired. Actually, being tired is making me think about sleep too. Man, I love sleeping. I love sleeping because it just takes me into a different time continuum. Okay, when we speak of being grounded or centered, it is this source we are talking about. When we begin a creative project, like I'm talking about with the inspiration thing, we tune into this. This card reminds us that there is a vast reservoir of energy and time available to us. I think we all just need to just remind ourselves of the availability and the massive like possibilities and the unlimitedness that is here, and get out of our little 24-hour time constriction and expand out. Contraction, if we're in that, if you're like, I don't have enough time, then your contraction is really just a preparation for an expansion. They're both here at the same time. So it's within us, like an individual sun, giving us life and nourishment, pure energy, pulsating, available. It's ready to give you anything that you need to accomplish. Man, it's so true. So if you're beginning something new and you need inspiration, tap into this. And the best part is you don't have to leave the house to find it. Just take a deep breath, just pause, power in the pause, and find it. All right, so I'm wishing you all well in your managing of your day today, and your time bending, and your effectiveness and efficiency and intentional movements. And I'm going to be doing some beautiful breath work for 7 days as an election countdown, so I can help everyone relax and chill out a little bit. It's going to be of service, so it's just a free 7-day thing. I'll be posting something soon, and have an amazing week, and I'll see you on Next Level Manifestors board or beyond, and set up a call if you want to talk about what coaching might look like with me. Peace out. Flow, yo. Bye.